As will be, and always has been the case, there is no new information. There will never be new information. Information is done. And bring it up right here. Still says it. So, since I last streamed, I felt like I just wanted to play more of the game too. So I started up another run. It's not of Deathless Bonfireless. It's just a normal game run. I hadn't played this game for a decent amount of time. How's my audio? Should I be turned down? Anything of the sort? Maybe wait until this actually shows up. You can hear all this. Seems fine, but like not like last time seems fine, where I could barely hear myself over all of the footage. Because that was what last time was like, and I was told that was fine, and that was not fine at all. Like, I'm asking if there's a genuinely enjoyable audio balance going on over here. It's good? Okay, it's good. So, last time, I forget what happened, actually. I think... Have I unlocked... this? Did I do No Man's Wharf? I completely forget. See, doing all this right here is going to be exciting for me, too, because everything that happened just went through my skull. That's good, that's good. I think, yeah, last time I did Huntsman's Cops. I must have gotten the Skeleton Lord's soul and then used it. So another thing that happened last time was, my video quality also kind of sucked, so I ratcheted up the bitrate and just slightly lowered the resolution. So now you're looking at 720p, 60 FPS at, I think, 4,000 kbps? Yeah. I think it should be fine. I'm also trying NVNC as opposed to X264. Now, everything aside, I think what I've got to go do is one of the full paths now. I think, to that end, as long as yeah, I've got a branch, that's good. That means I'm going to go ahead and do this path. You know, the Shaded Woods path. This time for real, as opposed to just kind of waltzing through it just to get Santier's Spear. Oh yeah, I've got the spear already. I went and grabbed this pretty much as early as possible. I've only got one Twinkler, and this is a +3 spear? No, only +2. Oof, ouch. I believe I already got the 2 from the path to the left. If I wanted to upgrade this faster, I should actually go ahead and do the Lost Bastille, but I'm not confident in my ability to take out the Lost Sinner right now. Whereas I'm reasonably confident in my ability to take out Freya. It's complicated. I know that that's probably sounds strange, like, oh, not so confident to take on the Lost Sinner. That's a weird thing to think that was going to be hard. It's really, really rare for me to fight the Lost Sinner, like, normally. And I don't really have the adaptability or the agility that I'd be comfortable with taking it on for. The real easy one would be going to do the Rotten real quick, but that one is also inherently dangerous because pits. You know? Typically when I'm playing the game casually, you know, non-challenge run, I go ahead and just summon both Lucatiel and Sellsword Loot to deal with the Lost Center. Or Sellsword Luit. I suppose it'd be Luit. I guess it kind of would be more depressing to fall into a pit after having done all of the effort. You're not wrong. Where in the world is my message trail? What? I'm not playing offline, am I? What? This is the first time I've ever seen the message trail not be here. God damn it. I love the message trail. I've got even my little part of it right here. That's an awful omen. Why did you drop a rapier? I suppose that's just as good a question as to why Spider dropped Rickard's rapier, but still. Oh, I don't want to use these for the most part. Oh no, Spider dropping Zweihanders, that just makes sense. You see, they've got an abundance of hands, or, like, limbs, so obviously they can use, like, 3 Zweihanders at once, right? That's just science. I doubt that's actually the joke. I think they just drop weapons because it's kind of neat to grab weapons off of enemy drops, even if they're nonsensical. Oh wow, this guy is hungry. He just got swung and he's just going back to eating the grass and ground. He's getting that ground sugar. Alright. Yeah, I absolutely grabbed those Twinkling Titanite already. So I don't need to go that way. And I don't need anything from this way, really. There's a Twinkling Titanite with... Wow! You got... Those motherfuckers can spawn in here? This is the first time I've ever been invaded by a Forlorn in this zone. Nice! That is kind of a cool zone to be invaded by a Forlorn in. That kind of rules. Also, it blows ass. I'm being invaded in... Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I wish there were more... Like, even just one more Forlorn variation would be cool. The Greatsword and the Scythe one is way more dangerous than the Greatsword one to start with. Because the Greatsword one is real easy. But I wish there was more of them, too. The Forlorn weapons are weird. They have this weird quality where their dark scaling actually gets better if you infuse them with bleed. It's a very strange weapon type. If I remember right, there's some good shit in here. Man, I wouldn't want to fight more than one Forlorn at a time, though, I think. Like, I could do it, but... They've got weird AI. It's strange. They're kind of... They behave more like the base game invaders. Where they're a little bit more predictable than they are like the DLC enemy invaders. But they're also a lot more dodgy. Kind of a weird set between the two. The thing I'm mainly interested in here, because there's at least a few good soul items, if I remember right. That was bad. Wow, this guy's juking me real good. Oh, it's more like I just am being poor with my range finding, but... There we go. That one's down. And that's a pit. That is not one of those enemies. I've already got the Chloranthy Ring +1. What else is even in here? Is this the one that's next to a jar? Nope. Jar's right over there. Okay. Ooh. Okay, okay. Oh no! My boots are at risk! Risky boots! That's from a different game. How many of the main bosses have I killed? 0. Yeah, I'm actually on my way to kill the first one right now. Or at least my first one. Which I'm gonna be doing... Oop, this is 2 at 1. Ah, where'd that one go? Where'd that one go? I can't see them. They are right behind me. Alright, they were right behind me. There we go. I'm on my way to kill the first one that I'm going to do, which is going to be Duke's Tear Freya, because I'm most practiced with that boss fight out of all of the major bosses. The one I have the most trouble with is probably Lost Sinner. Mainly because I don't fight Lost Sinner by myself often. And then... Now, Old Iron King is an easy fight that can sometimes just... I might die in anyway because of that fucking pit. No deathing through this game, using this weapon makes it a lot easier. Mainly because, well, I love its moveset. It's a very good moveset. I forgot to grab this a million years ago. Petrified Dragon Bone, not actually useful. Titanite Chunk, maybe useful. Sometimes you just walk into pots and that actually breaks them up. Sometimes you land on pots and it doesn't do shit. I've been wondering, hey, why are you letting this dude out? Do you need Orden effects for anything? And the answer is no. However... At the same... Oh, jeez. Okay. At the same time, there's basically no reason for me not to, because there's a Frangrid branch in Ornifex's cell. And I do want... Oh, I already have Chloranthy Ring +1. I got it when I came in here for the first time. I don't need to grab it. I already have it. I don't remember what that is off the top of my head, Eklon. What's up with that? I'll probably remember it the moment you mention it, but at the moment I don't remember. And also, I think Creighton's up here, because I did let him out in Huntsman's Copse, if I remember right. Yeah, he's up here. Thing is, I do want to do the Creighton and Kate side quest, because I want the gloves. You know, the gloves. Yeah, I suppose that is probably how most people play this game. You're not wrong. And this one here, like that. There's no enemy around here, right? No. Okay, good. Oh, another thing that I want to kill Duxier Freya for is coming back here again so I can get the second dragon ring. Really, really useful ring. Because it's just generically useful. It's just good. It's just a good ring. It's just a good ring, Frank. Ooh. Also in here is a Twinkling Titanite. I forgot to grab this when I was coming in this way. I really wish I had remembered. Dragon Branch. What up, Ornifex? I would argue while this game rewards being aggressive most of the time, it does not actually reward being aggressive literally all the time. Staying back and timing your aggression is much more important than simply being aggressive at all, which is kind of how Bloodborne works. Timing is very important in this game. If you mess up your timing, you'll get destroyed by 4 Royal Swordsmen all hanging out at the same place. And I'm being cursed. A lot of people hate playing this game and fighting lots of enemies at once because they just don't seem to wrap their head around it. It's kind of... I've always found it interesting that very few people seem to actually be able to pull that off. Like, they wrap their head around dealing with multiple enemies at once. I've always held the opinion that, honestly, fighting multiple enemies at the same time in these games is actually inherently more interesting than fighting a single enemy because of, like, on the basis of replayability. A single enemy will pretty much be the same every time. It's just a weak-ass mini-boss, pretty much. Whereas in this, when you're fighting multiple enemies at the same time, it's different basically every time. That is a different fight every time you do it because there's too many factors to be made. Oh, of course with exceptions, because there are some times where it's just, no. I also think that bosses should probably be one-on-one or of the sort, for the most part. Unless they're deliberately designed for it. I think that multiple normal enemies is better, but singular bosses is probably better than that. They're over here. Did you know that you can parry these guys? Because you can parry these guys. Can't parry those ones, though. The anvil and the flail is a very powerful technique. Well, I really dislike Watcher and Defender as well. Now, here's the reason why I dislike Watcher and Defender. Because that's not a Watcher and Defender fight. That's just the fight with the Watcher, and then there's a slowly enclosing, like, area denial that is the slow-ass Defender, who is a completely meaningless part of the fight. The Thrown Defender is garbage. The Thrown Watcher is the actual danger in that fight. I'm not gonna try it, but you can knock those back with melee attacks. If I mess it up, I'm probably gonna get an axe to the face, which will kill me. Good punch, bud. Okay. Now there's a lot of Twinkling Titanite in this zone, mainly dropped off of lizards. That thing that I just said right there is a problem with me trying to get Twinkling Titanite in the zone coming up. I'm not going to be walking through this zone again. Probably. In fact, I'm likely to never come back to Brightstone Cove after I do it. I will take a brief walk back through Shaded Woods, but that's about it. Not lighting that bonfire. I don't want to. I think it's a poor idea for me to. This zone right here with the falconers in it now can be a huge pain in the ass. They don't aggro on you in groups or anything, but the moment that you're in range of like one of them, you're in range of all of them. So be careful, is my recommendation. Also, this guy, always backstab him. He was digging up souls. The run is going pretty alright. This is just an item, if I remember right. The second run is going well. The first one didn't. The first one I died trying to parry the pursuer early. And then the second one I parried him pretty much flawlessly. This one is the second run, and it has been going swimmingly, in contrast. Oh shit! Pig! A pig happened! Ah, damn it. Actually, landing in that is a huge pain. Oh no, my boots are gone. Oh yeah, getting the, I think it's the pickaxe in this game is supremely convoluted. It is definitely something like a, what do you call it? A thing that you tell other people on the playground story. Anyway, my boots broke. That sucks. There's a different pair of boots. Yep, just missed it. Alright. Okay, landed on the edge, that's good, which means this will completely... Yeah, just a tiny bit of damage. I've never bothered trying to get the pickaxe. Hey, give me them dark pants. Yeah. Got them skull trousers. Got them osseous jodhpurs. Got them skeleton skeggings. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's just it for the rest of this first zone. I love this one right here because it almost always kills the dude who breaks it down. Yep. It's 1200 damage. Currently 0 Lord Souls. I've been doing things very carefully. I've been kind of moving in and out of zones between the Sinner's Rise / Lost Bastille and this part, in the interest of getting as many resources as possible as early on as I can, to make the rest of it easier. I've not tried going down the gutter at all, and I went through Huntsman's Copse, but that's it. I didn't enter Harvest Valley at all. Or did I? Actually, now that I think about it, I may have done Harvest Valley as well. I just didn't do Earthen Peak. Yeah, I did Harvest Valley, I did not do Earthen Peak. The second dude never dies by dropping the boulder, in my experience as well. It's only the first dude who does. In New Game Plus, right here is a secondary encounter with Duxir Freya. I kind of wish that it wasn't New Game Plus only, and would just pop up here as well, because it rules. I'm being owned by pickaxes. Ooh, these guys are really good at this. Alright, they're dead. Yeah, I don't really remember the base game at this point either. For the most part, almost all of my memory of it has been replaced with Scholar. Right. I'm gonna want this for most of this zone. Lesser known fact about this game, the spiders, they're afraid of fire. They're afraid of torches. If you have a torch out, they are extremely passive and generally won't attack you. Yeah, there's heavy bolts right there, but check this out. Kind of neuters most of the danger of the zone, actually, by doing this. This is an extremely lesser-known thing. Like, ask anyone, and I'm willing to bet that 19 out of 20 people will not know that the spiders are afraid of fire. It makes Eldora a lot easier. Also, there's an illusory door right here. Hey, what's up, Spark? I'm going to... After the boss fight, I'm going to go back and grab a torch. I can safely remove it for now, though. I have died to Congregation before. I'm not too proud to say I haven't. It is, however, the easiest boss in this game. It's not really a boss. It's so much not a boss that they don't even give you a... what do you call it? Yeah, they don't give you a soul, they give you a slab for it. Which, you get a million slabs anyway, so it's not like it's really necessary to do. There's also a fight that you can summon Benhart for, if you remember to start Benhart's quest, which I frequently don't remember to do. I think to this day, Benhart is the only summon that you can actually summon for that one. I don't think there's a secondary one that they put in Scholar, like there are for a lot of other boss fights.
I regret together.
What's up, Cromwell?
Yeah, but now.
Yeah, I don't want anything. Scraps of Life is pretty neat. I'm gonna have to remember that on my Hexer build that I'm doing. I have not sinned. I'm pure and beautiful. That's right. You can actually just jump down there if you want. I kinda don't. I want to get as many Twinkling Titanite as I can, but grabbing Twinkling Titanite from this zone is an absolute pain in the ass. The Crotch Goblins, the Sack Havers, those guys don't count. They're not legal. They're not people. Oh, you dick! This entire zone is an absolute pain in the ass if you don't know the trick, in which case, all you really have to deal with are these guys. Oh, I am gonna have to come back here again, now I think about it, because I... What the... Ah, you dick! Come on, hit detection, please! That was rude! What the hell? Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back this way again because I need to get Creighton... Or rather, not Creighton. I'm gonna side with Pate. Obviously. Because Pate's a dick, but he's not an actual murderer. There's a second one over here, that's right. In fact, I think this one might actually give you a Twinkler. And the other one might not. Alright, come on, come on. Whew, okay. And Twinkler, excellent. Note, the spider hollows, they are not afraid of fire. Ooh, okay. I think this is the Southern Ritual Bland... No, Southern Ritual Bland. No, Southern Ritual Band +1 over here? Oh, what? No. Get over there. Yeah. Yeah, but if you outrange them or just attack them from behind or anything, you'll never get hit by the revenge attack. That's danger. Let's not go that way. And I think that, yeah, I can upgrade my weapon once I get the chance. No more... Yeah, alright, there's some spiders over here. Harmless. I know where you are. There you are. Gotta get them torches. Light shard. And... I think it's one more attack, does it? Nope. Okay, one more. Alright. Alright then. So these guys are fine up until the point you start to aggro one. They won't take damage up until that point, and then they start taking damage. It's great. Kind of interesting that they don't use this, like, this passive damage spike floor again up until the first DLC. Hey, right here is where you bring that pig to, and it digs up the pickaxe. Yeah, all the way here. It's crazy. Because it's got to go looking for truffles, you know, and they're right there. I think this right here is a soul great hero? No, just normal soul hero. Alright, you go over there, I guess. It's also super not worth it. The great pickaxe isn't even like a good weapon. It's a short, very short range great hammer weapon that does thrust damage. That's basically it. It does thrust damage. That's its one claim to fame. But strike damage is a better damage type than thrust in 90% of situations anyway, so, like, who cares? That hollow was originally, in the base game, if I remember right over here. I think he was hiding out right here, and you had to fight him coming out. Of course, Big Peasant can't stop me. Look at him. He's a baby. A tiny baby. Right here is Manhunter O'Hara. She's a really good summon. Nah, his armor isn't exclusive, it's just the peasant gear that, the peasants, like, peasant hollows have. And they can drop that. It's just that it's pre-upgraded. It's +5, if I remember right. His shield you get immediately after fighting Smelter Demon, and his pickaxe is the pickaxe. Spider webs. Did I upgrade this buckler at all? +1? Ugh. I'm gonna have to time dodges. And I'm gonna have to be super careful of not getting just pinned into the ground, because I don't have much health either. I'm starting to think that doing this one first was a poor idea. Peasant attire. I actually super like the peasant attire. Ah, it's boring and basic, but it's kind of neat. Yeah, now check me out. That's a good look. Oh. Don't I have... Yeah, I have one of these. Why aren't I wearing it? Yeah, it's 70% on the dot. This is perfect. An actual perfect setup. Oh. I've gotten... excited. Oh, got another Zweihander. Gotta get them, two-handers. Something spice, and yeah, there's about 3 more, I think, down here. I think there's one by Ashenite Void as well. Now, problem with this fight, yeah, that's right, I was right, I knew it, is going to be the extra spider adds. There's 6, I think, to start the fight out with, and more will spawn throughout the fight if it takes too long. I can have the torch out for that, but that's a terrible idea. I want to have access to my two-handed moveset. And there's no more behind me. No, there is one more behind me. Okay. This might be where a run ends. Who knows? Ooh, okay, okay. Oh! Laser! Wasn't paying attention to Freya. Okay. Whew! That's bad. That's real bad. And... no, okay, didn't follow it up. Is it gonna be the 4-hit one? Nope, okay. That's the 4-hit one, okay. Piss, piss, piss. I've never been very good at dodging that hitbox. Okay. It's gonna be the world's most dull fight of Duxier Freya, what it's worth. That's also gonna be the world's most safe fight. That means it's gonna be the successful one. Up, spider's back. Fuck. Get over here, spiders. Oh, come on, really? I did not know that it could jump. That is actually the first time I've ever seen Duxier Freya jump. Yeah, rare attacks in this game like WoW. It's kind of crazy that they let that happen. Yeah, 6. That was the 6th one. So there shouldn't be any more spiders for a decent bit. And that's a 2-hit combo. That's the big yeah, that's the big swing. I have knocked off that head. Wonderful. Okay. Which means it is time to kill this one. Okay, that should be it. Oh my god. There! Jeez! Woo! Okay. Did I break the ring? No, I didn't. Okay. Very last second. Anyway, if you knock off her head, it's one of the few things in the game that retains physics after it is knocked off. So you can just kick around Freya's head. It's great. If you really, really try hard enough, you can knock off both heads Which is bad, because if you do that, it means you actually can't kill the boss. To do that, you actually have to end up healing Freya somehow, if I remember right. But it is possible with some effort. With a lot of effort, but it is possible. Woo! Football! Football! And to the void it goes. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and let myself get hit by this guy for a little bit. I want to break this ring. I pressed the wrong setup. I want to let this guy hit me for a bit. So just give me a second to impale him on my giant spear. Nice. So this is Deathless Bonfireless. Lighting and using primal bonfires doesn't count. This does not count as using a bonfire. It is safe to do this. I need... yeah, 31 of these.
Thanks.
And I need to reinforce the spear to be +3. Sure. I have a +10 bow. That's fine. I'll upgrade to a crossbow at some point, I suppose. Yeah, this heavy crossbow, likely. And repair armor. Yes, please, and thank you.
I'll be around.
And let's see, you're not selling anything special yet, right? Yeah. You don't sell anything new until after you do Iron Keep. Hold on. I've got the Ring of Whispers, right? I don't. Okay, it's a good thing that I went and checked that. I would rather like to get the Ring of Whispers and the Silver Cat Ring, if I can help it.
Oh, what just noting that? Oh, so. Ooh.
I don't need anything else from Shalquar. I didn't get any Lion Mage Lion Warrior stuff, right? Yeah, just Lion Mage stuff. Okay. Fair enough. So that's one Lord Soul down. No bonfire by itself requires pathing through the game. If you have to, like, light bonfires in very specific orders if you're gonna allow yourself to die. Deathless Bonfireless involves basically lighting no bonfires at all, so you pretty much always go back to either here, if you lit this bonfire, or the one I lit, which was back in things betwixt. Okay. There's Seek Lest, and... hold on. This isn't gonna give me a bonus. Yeah, no. Okay. There we go. That's actually the maximum amount of adaptability that I want. 32 gets me... 32 with 6 attunement gets me 105, which is a 14. 14, count 'em, invincibility frames on your roll. That's huge. That is just below Dark Souls 1's Flippy roll, which had 15. And I think 15 is also basically how much you have in Dark Souls 3. From now on, literally the only thing I want to pump is Vigor and Endurance. That's it. That's the only two stats that I need from here on out. Because I don't need to raise my strength or dex anymore because I've met raw Santier Spear as of requirements. And I don't need any more adaptability. Wait, what the hell? Is there a ring that's giving me extra adaptability? Which of these is doing that? The Peasant's Gear gives you adaptability! I've never... What? Excuse me? I've never noticed that. Peasant attire increases your adaptability by 2. What? It also lowers your intelligence by 1. That's fucking weird. Huh. I never noticed that it did that. Like, super never noticed that it did that. 2 is a non-insignificant increase. You're not wrong. What the hell? Ring of Blades, that's right. And I need to take these off, yeah. Yeah, any easy obtainable weapons in this game with infinite durability? The one that I'm using, and that's it. This is the only weapon in the entire game that has infinite durability. I think the Dragon Tooth might have 999, but I think it technically still counts as having durability. Now what? I guess I could try it this way. I'd almost kind of prefer to do that after doing Earthen Peak, though. For safety reasons, I think I'd rather do Earthen Peak and then come back before doing Iron Keep. So I can get Gilligan and just not fuck up the falls. Which means that right now... Okay, the actual thing that I want to do right now is I want to go grab the... excuse me, second Dragon Ring. Oh, this weapon isn't a spear. This weapon calling itself Santier Spear is a lie. This weapon is a crazy weapon that is amalgamated from 3 different movesets. Santier Spear has the most unique moveset in the game. Because let me tell you, if you find many spears doing this shit, that's crazy. That's crazy. In fact, I would actually say that this is probably one of the most fun weapons to use in the game. Just straight up. Oh, sorry. That's right. Bone Fist is the most fun weapon to use in the game. You're 100% right. I'll be right back on this, I'll be right back on this, save file real quick. I just want to hop over to Moist Dave. This here is Moist Dave. Everyone say hi to Moist Dave. He's very handsome. Your boy Moist Dave here is rocking 2 Bone Fists. This Amazingly, after getting these 2 bone fists, I basically ran into a huge brick wall because I got the second bone fist legit. And by that, I mean this place is in New Game Plus right now. And let me tell you, Aleum Lois New Game Plus, really fucking tough. Also, Moist Dave looks incredible. He is super handsome. Don't you agree? I hope you'd agree. No, absolutely not. Lousy Terrence is my best build. Oh wait, no, Lucky Ashling is, sorry. Got Lousy Terrence, Irascible Iris, Moist Dave, Copper Barkley, Plucky Camille, Lucky Ashling, Quarrelsome Ed, Ghastly Jerry, Thunderous May, and Risky Frederick. Sorry, no, Quarrelsome Ed is my best build. Straight up. There's no question about this. Yeah. If you remember what this is, you know who this guy is. The man with 96 attunement. Pure pyromancy. Please, I use Lingering Flame too. Oh, man. Let me tell you, now that was a fun run of the game. Pure Pyromancy is some shit. Alright, back to Thunderous May. Can't get too sidetracked. This is a game that needs to be finished at some point. God, Pure Pyromancy is so much fun, though, y'all. Just like that. That's how much fun it is. Now that's the good shit right there. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Man, 0 drop frames. I'm glad that I can stream at 4000 bitrate without any problems. I figure the 4000 is probably required for 60 FPS. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. After killing Duke's Freya, everything is right in the world as the message trail has returned. Whenever you go through this, please upvote every single message on the message trail. It's very important you do this. Boom, ba-da-boom, ba-boom, ba-da-boom, ba-boom, ba-da-boom, ba-boom. Boom, ba-da-boom, ba-boom, ba-da-boom, ba-boom, ba-da-boom, ba-boom. Let's go on a Sackman killing expedition. I'm here to have a good old time. Yeah, here's a pretty quick secret about Dark Souls 2. This game is a million times better on your second playthrough. It is a game that is very similar to Metroid Prime 2 in that way. Your first playthrough is not going to be the most fun one that you have. It just won't be. The more you learn about this game, the better it becomes, in my opinion. My opinion is great. Let me tell you. I actually upgraded my weapon, right? Yeah, I did. Oh, I could probably go ahead and kill Vengarl's body now, too. I like Vengarl's armor. I should grab it. A large part of liking 2 is just how everything is viable and all builds work. You don't have to, like... You'd have to go out of your way in really ridiculous ways to make builds work or anything. They just kind of do. You can use any weapon you want. You can do any stats you want. It doesn't matter. Just go for it. I've played through all of 3, I think, 4 times, and I just do not have the same opinion of it as I do of this one. I do like it more than 1 these days, but that is pretty much purely because 1 is just antiquated. If 1 didn't feel antiquated, it would probably still be my second favorite one. If they did a remake of Dark Souls 1, basically, where it played more like 2, 3, or Bloodborne, or whatever, it doesn't matter how they ended up making it, just as long as it doesn't play like Dark Souls 1, I think it would be back on second. Oddly enough, I don't think Demon Souls has the problem of feeling antiquated, because Demon Souls just is faster than 1 is. Why am I going this way? This is the wrong way to go. Demon Souls is ultra broken. It's absurd how dumb as hell. Ah, that's right. You can't break pots or whatever without using iron arrows. Or the equivalent, I think you can do with elemental arrows as well, but you need to have iron or better to break pots and stuff. Soul Brave Warrior and a Pharaoh's Lockstone. Did I go down here this last time? And no, I did not get this. I think this is a large shard and a chunk. Nah, just shards, chunk, and boltstone. Okay. This right here is a dark scythe. If you want to use it. I don't know why you would, honestly. It's kind of a bad weapon in general. That dark scythe right there. How many... I'm gonna get a third one right now, because I haven't talked to, this guy yet. And he gives you one for killing, what's her face? Najka. Okay, that gives me the second dragon ring and his rapier. Now, do I stop using this? I think I do. This is my setup for now. Is there... Hold on a second. Hold on. Was that a player ghost, or was it one of the invisible enemies? That looked a lot like one of the invisible enemies. And if one of those dudes just comes up behind me while I'm fighting goddamn Vengarl's body, I will be very cross. Vengal's body, by the way, one of the easiest enemies in the entire game to parry. And that gives me all of his armor. Oh, by the way, if you've never used Vengarl's like swords before, the Red Rust Scimitar and Red Rust sword, I recommend them a lot. They're really fun. They're really good to use. Really good strength weapons. I think it requires 18 strength and 18 and like about 32 strength. 18 dex, 32 strength power stance them. They're kind of unique, depending on which one you have in the left hand, or right hand, doesn't really matter. Changes what the power stance moveset of the weapon is. If it's the sword in the right hand, I think it's the axe one, the axe and hammer one, and if it's the left hand, if it's a scimitar in the right hand, it's the curved sword power stance moveset. So you get your choice. It's cool. For what it's worth, 2 doesn't really give you a reason to do anything, which is part of its plot, basically. But who cares about the plot, honestly? I'm kind of the opinion that people care about the plots of these games too much in general, including this one. When really, they should just kind of be enjoyed as they are. That's just me not caring about storytelling in video games, though, I guess, so don't take that as a, honestly, go ahead and ignore me for saying that, really. And from there, I'm done with Shaded Woods up until the point where I deal with Peyton Creighton's side quest. By the way, can I... I apologize, Vietnam, you're correct. Ignore me!
But if to start again. No.
For what it's worth, if you would like to know why Dark Souls 2 is like it is, I recommend learning some stuff about Buddhism. This game is Buddhism, the video game. A lot of that was kind of lost in translation to an extent, but it has an extreme amount of influence from Buddhism as a philosophy and religion as the plot of this game, pretty much. Straight down to the name of hollows in Japanese is Yoja, which is the Japanese Buddhist term for, like, wandering spirit. Introducing cycles as a concept, also very Buddhist. Giving yourself up of want and desire is part of the, the scholar ending, and that's to become immortal, essentially. Also Buddhist as hell. So this game is much more about themes than it is about actual plot, really, when you get down to it. Alright, what do I do next? I should go do Earthen Peak, that's it. But anyway, let's ignore the storytelling of these games in favor of literally anything else, because talking about them really causes problem. Causes problem? Did I say problem? Just one problem? It causes problem! The next biggest problem that I have to solve is probably the gutter, but I want to do Earthen Peak before the gutter, so I get Gilligan, and also the Twinkling Titanite in Earthen Peak. And so I can do the gutter with relative safety. There is a Twinkling Titanite in the gutter somewhere. I'm not gonna get it, probably. I might get it by accident, just by exploring, but I'm going to try and explore that zone as little as possible. I don't want to die in the well. I just want to fight and not go to hell. Okay. I'm not particularly interested in killing you fast, Hollow. Do want to destroy both of those dudes, though. Hold on a second. Didn't I get, Yeah, I did get Hate Knight leggings in this run. That's not particularly handsome of a look. Am I going to fight the chariot? Absolutely not. There is no reason for me to fight the chariot. Oh, right. That's right. I have more weight to work with now. So I can wear a hat. Hell yeah, hats. Yeah, the chariot is kind of a cool fight, but I'm good. I don't want to threaten my life in any way while playing this game, basically. I know that might be a bit boring, but come on, it's Deathless Bonfireless. I'm kind of working my ass off at all to make it so this works. So, before this game was released, the Executioner's Chariot... This was probably an idea from the other director of this game that, lost his job for being way too overambitious and almost ran this game's development into the ground. The Executioner's Chariot was supposed to show up multiple times throughout the game and just kind of chase you around. Also, this game was going to be, like, separated into two distinct parts. One which was more horror and story-focused, the first half of the game, and then the other half which was actually playing through the game, for the most part. And you were going to be able to, after playing through the game once, just start from that second half of the game if you wanted to. It was kind of a neat idea, but they didn't do it. Because this game was way overambitious when first attempted. You may remember that how this game looked back when they announced it. They first showed gameplay. It looked a million times better. It looks better than what Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne look like now. And that's because they tried way, way too hard. Like, there was a lot of development time placed on that one build alone for a very short area. And the entire game was going to be like that, and also be very, very expansive, and very dense, and everything. there's a million different reasons why the development of this game completely fucked up. And it took the introduction of whatever his name is. I used to remember by his Yui Tanimura, I think his name. He was put on the project later to replace this director to kind of salvage what had actually already been made. So the visuals got super downgraded in the interest of having a frame rate that actually worked, because the first builds of the game were absolutely on customized PCs and absolutely not on, like, hardware. Run up and melee desert sorceresses. Gee, I wonder if I want to die or not, like, really bad. Because meleeing desert sorceresses is a way to get murdered. Yeah, development of Dark Souls 2 was very, very, very shaky. It was kind of salvaged rather than developed in its own way. And this is a good reason for why it's a little bit disjointed. Because I love this game, it's still a little bit disjointed. Like, as much as I hate people bringing up the Iron Keep elevator, by all means, the Iron Keep elevator should not exist, you know? It did take until Scholar of the First Sin, this version of the game, for me to just outright say, yeah, this was my favorite one. I would not have said that about base game Dark Souls 2. I think I still would not say that about base game Dark Souls 2. But Scholar, which fixes a ton of problems with Dark Souls 2, and actually, like, makes it a lot more consistent and coherent and a, like, solid-ass video game. Yeah, I would say Scholar is my favorite one. Mannequin boots. I've got a second pair of those. I already did this. Yeah, that's right. I already fought the Covetous Demon. Development of Dark Souls... Well, sorry, not Dark Souls 1, really, but Demon Souls was also crazy. See, Demon Souls was originally a first-person game. It was influenced... The original development of it was influenced by Oblivion. That had come out a few years earlier than it. But development of Demon Souls kind of, like, completely went awry, where it was not happening, like, at all. To the extent that the company basically gave up on it as a project. And they gave it to this this relatively new director that they had on board, Hidetaka Miyazaki, who had transferred over from, like, I think it was a automobile software company or something? Whatever it is, he did not, like... Miyazaki did a really rare thing where he actually changed careers entirely in Japan, which is really, really rare. And he ended up being hired by From Software and becoming, like, working on a few games before working on, I think, Armored Core 4 Answer was his first game as, like, a design lead on it. And then he managed to kind of convince whoever was working on Demon Souls first to hand over the project to him. And since the From Software basically already considered Demon Souls to be a failure, he could do whatever the fuck he wanted with it, so he did. And Demon Souls was one of the better... like, successes at From Software for a long time. And From Software being the company that they are, they make tons and tons of sequels to games. Unless they are, like, really weird one-off ones. He was allowed to make Dark Souls, and Dark Souls sold fucking gangbusters after, like, 3 years of word of mouth from people just telling everyone else to buy Demon Souls. And yeah, it's kind of history from then on. He didn't develop Dark Souls 2 because he was busy working on Bloodborne at the time. He only supervised the production of this game, basically. A lot of things probably did go by him, and he got just gave his thumbs up on them, but I want to say that the likely thing about getting rid of that other director was probably him saying, "You're kind of running my game series into the ground. Tanimura, you're my bud. Please take over." Yeah, mannequins are scary. You're not wrong. Mannequins do a shitload of damage for how many times they attack. Alright, so go fuck yourself, mannequin. I only had one of Flame Butterfly left. Whoops. I'm glad that I had this one. I didn't even need to open this. I'm not going this way at all. Mannequin masks. You may remember in the first trailer of this game, mannequin masks had a different design. I'm not sure why the design changed. That's never came out. Some people have said it's because of, like, copyright issues with Naruto. Yeah, fuck that. That's not real. That's definitely not true. That is someone going, Miyazaki said. Trademark symbol. Mannequin's mask changing was probably just a, you know, a stylistic change. That's literally it. That's a flame butterfly. That just replaced the one that I missed. Oh, that's right. Hold on a second. Here's an illusory world that probably not many people know about. You know that flame sorceress who's drawing... the desert sorceress who's throwing fire down there into Earthen Peak? Harvest Valley? It's right here. Am I going to get poisoned by that? Nope. Just barely avoided it. I avoided my ankles getting poisoned. Is there a big guy? No, there isn't. There's a suspicious shadow up there who's really scary, and I don't want to deal with him right now. Plus, I've got other stuff that I need to do down here. Nice! I really like this hood. I like the face darkening effect it has, and also it's a good hat, because I think it raises your intelligence by, like, 1? 3! And it raises your intelligence by 3. It's a good hat, Jim. Oh, whoa! Hoo-wee! Hoo-wee! Woo! Ha-ha! Whoops! Oops! Oops! Ooh! Yeah. But doesn't that just beat all? That was going really well, too. Yeah, what I learned is I need to be even more careful. I should have gone backwards from the way I came, because I knew that that was safe, as opposed to walking down into that guy. Whew. Okay. Name. How about... Nope, okay. I've already gotten Ed is the problem. That's Quarrelsome Ed. Alright, how do we deal with this? How do we deal with this? A name. Squamous, Extreme Chad. Dire Chad. No, not Dire Cha. Alright, most dire Chad has got to be completely yoked. Alright, I think we're getting somewhere. That's a look. Yeah, that's a look, alright. Okay, so, as before, I'm gonna start as a swordsman. And try and get me a Twinkling Titanite off of Brett's Shred, something. And there we go.
All people.
This is the way out to the bonfire? No. Okay, good. That is a real shame. I would have liked for Thunderous May to have finished it. That was a silly way to die. Oh, I don't care about starting with healing wares. I never run out of... Like, I've only ever run out of life gems at the start early once. I pretty much always think that the gamble is better. The Twinkling Gamble. Stun Ring. So this is my third attempt. Of Deathless, Bonfireless, Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. You know, thinking about it, I don't really need to do catch up on. I'd have to go through the entire same project. I should do all of this on stream. Yeah. I was just second guessing myself when I could do a lot of the stuff. Like, I basically could repeat a lot of the stuff I did off stream. And you would know if I was being honest, because once I beat the game, I'll get the ring, you know? The loser ring of the Conqueror and of the Exalted, so... And if I didn't get either of those, or I did not get one of them, you know I was being a goddamn liar. But, at the same time, I might do a little bit off stream, but that's it. Yeah, it's true. What if I do a do-die on stupid shit, like the thing I just did? This is not the room with the door, right? Correct. Alright, let's see what I get. Leave this, and leave this. Crimson water from the small one, and petrified dragon bone. Wrong upgrade material, crows, you pieces of shit. That jump right there is to an amber herb. I don't need that. I'm going to ignore it. That was my plan all along. I didn't miss. Who said I did? You're wrong, friends. It wasn't a whiff! I swear! Alright, that's as much of this part that I can think of that I need to do right now. Once you get up to that point, there's nothing else that you gotta do. Don't forget the mace. Me. The problem with repeating all this is that I've kind of already said my piece on this first part of the game, you know? Alright, so I get the Titanite Shard up here, because I want to be able to make my Rapiers +3 when I go deal with Najka. I think there's a Divine Blessing up here, too, that I'm gonna get when I go to fight Najka. And up here, I go ahead and talk to and get
Do
the ring.
eat if when pretty.
I get this ring for like an 18-point HP boost. It's extremely minimal. To be frank, I really shouldn't even bother. I mean, inherently, if you're going to be showing this off in one event, this would have to be a speedrun as well. Because that Thunderous May run was like 4 hours or so long, probably out of like 10. Maybe 8. Unless it would be something like RPG Limit Break, where the runs are all really long because they're all RPGs. I think maybe this time I should probably try going down the gutter earlier. Just take the damage on the chin and fall with the Silver Cat ring. Because the gutter will get me a ton of souls, just because the Rotten gives a ton of souls. The Rotten is, at least I'm pretty sure, intended to be the last one of the 4 you go do, even though he's probably the easiest boss of the 4 as well. Yeah, so the moment I get the Silver Cat ring, I think I'm gonna hop down there, fight the Royal Rat Vanguard, and then just keep on going. I don't need to get a branch. Yeah, I don't need to get a branch because I'm not going to be sitting at the bonfire anyway. I'll have to fight Woodland Child, Victor, or Gully, whichever one it pops up, and also everything else in Black Gulch. I got decent at practicing parrying with small shields as well as just the special parrying shields, so I should be able to show some of that off too. Funny thing is, while I think the Lost Sinner was intended to be the first one, the Lost Sinner was also, especially at release of base game Dark Souls 2, the hardest one. On release, she was very, very tough. On release, she was very much like Artorias. She was a lot faster. And did more damage, and also was more aggressive in general. Having Lost Sinner in base game 1 before it got nerfed, because it did, was a lot tougher than it is now. The reason why I believe that Lost Sinner was intended to be your first one is purely because Lost Sinner is the endpoint of this first game, this first area, you know? Of both going down Hades Tower of Flame and this way. I don't need to light that. That was a normal timing attack, as opposed to these slow-ass hollow attacks. Both of those would have been parries. I'm talking before patches. Yeah, I'm talking about before the game ended up on PC. Kind of level of before patches. I played this game basically when it came out, the day of. I remember I played it on console first. Alright, like I've said before, I'm gonna always do this jump, even though if I miss it, it kills me. Alright. I think I might cut it early tonight. I feel like I want to get back up to that point where I was on Thunderous May before coming back to it, just because that's watching me do the same thing over and over again probably isn't very great watching, and I don't really have that much to talk about without doing it like that. I might record some of it, though. When I'm doing very dangerous things, I might record it and put it up like that. Because if you're interested, I'm going to be putting up I put up VODs of this on my YouTube channel as well. Now, before I hop off, though, we need a new name. Most Dire Chad did not last very long. And that's okay. He didn't have to. What's a good adjective? Yeah, I died on a jump. I died on the jump to get those 10 throwing knives. Let's see here. Slick Stylish, silky, fabulous, ornery, filthy. Ostentatious is too big. It will give me a single letter to work with. I've tried grandiloquent as well, but that literally gives me nothing to work with. Grimy. Plentiful Kyle. Plentiful Kyle. Now the problem, though, is I just played a dude. Doesn't fit. This is the hardest part of any of these. Coming up with a good name. Paula. Paula. How can I do this? How can I do this? I'm literally just I'm trying to recall your name for 10 minutes. Stringent. Stringent Sam. That'll be my thing. Okay, position 1. Get that over there. On that, yeah, on that cheek. Now that's a good look. Yeah. Class of Swordsman and gift of petrified something, just like before. Okay.
All people.
There we go. Like I said, that's a look. Anyway. Oh, yep. Sam has an eminent. Alright. I think I'm good for now. I'm going to go ahead and do a lot of off-screen stuff. Get myself to roughly the same point. I won't fight any bosses that I didn't fight before. And, I will go ahead and record some stuff, just in case. In the meanwhile, got some other characters I can show off real quick, real briefly, because I have a million of them. Right here's Copper Barkley. Copper Barkley was a muscle wizard to an extent, if I remember right. Yeah, 40 strength, 30 intelligence. I don't think I finished running this guy. Got full equipment, though. Everything's basically fully upgraded except for my armor. It's a really good look. Copper Barkley looks great. He is under the helmet, though. Oh, he is very dead right now. Yeah, Copper Barkley. Check out that copper hair. Like, tarnished copper, though. Not like good copper. Yeah, do I? Exactly what have I done on this guy? Is this New Game Plus? It might be New Game Plus. Yeah, fair enough. I've already shown off my favorite run, Quarrelsome Ed, the Hyper Pyromancer, with 96 attunement. Moist Dave, Lousy Tyrants being my first one on Scholar on PC. This one uses my favorite non-bone fist weapon in the game. This sword right here, Lois Greatsword. Supremely good moveset. This was a high dex. Yeah. High dex, reasonable strength, and some pyromancy. I also used the Fume Sword on my offhand, because the Fume Sword, ridiculously good dexterity straight sword. Also the longest all the straight swords. Really good. And this one, this is also a look. Yeah. I didn't take off his helmet, but Lousy Terrence is also a Dracula. I wonder why I'm in Dragon Shrine with Lucky Ashling. I'm at least reasonably certain that I finished the game with her. Oh yeah, I was bullying. That's right. Lucky Ashling, really fun run as well. Also a good look, I think. The Arced Sword, which is a very good sword, just so you're aware. And the Elan Greatbow. This was a, yeah, quality run. Strength and dex. Right, okay. It's been a while since I used this weapon. Nah, that's an excuse. That was just shit right there. It happens. Lucky Ashling, I think, actually has my favorite look of all the characters I've run in this game. Peasant Tire's a really cool armor set. Check out the speed on those swings, which are also like 360 degrees. Also, that damage, though. The Arced Sword is a super good sword. It outdamages the Murakumo if you do both strength and dex. If you do just Dex, the Murakumo is a better weapon. This one is also very much based on the idea of using great bows, which are my favorite. That range, though. Yeah. Lucky Ashling was an extremely fun run of the game. That sword is so much fun to use. I think Plucky Cam was the miracle build that I did? Faith builds, they're not very good at damage, but they are really good at everything else, and it's fun to use. How do I still have Sunlight Blade equipped if I can't? Doing the same thing that you do in Dark Souls 3, just having an offhand caster so you can parry anyway. And also occasionally doing this. Alright. That's basically all of them. This one has, yeah, 50 faith, 20 strength, 20 dex, 20 adaptability, 40 attunement. Yeah, this was my pure faith build, basically. Has the 20 strength so I can pull off using this bow. Lightning bow of one with lightning arrows does a lot of damage. I think that's all of them. Alright. I've killed the extra time. That was 2 hours. The next time that I return, Stringent Sam, or possibly someone else, will be roughly back to where I was when I died, and we'll be back on board. Have a good time, everybody.